Hello and welcome back to the Horror Video Games. Today I want to talk about that feeling of dread in horror games. Now, in the process of making this channel, I've had to complete Resident Evil Remake 7 times. Now, before playing this game, before playing each playthrough, I feel the same sense of dread every single time, and I was really wondering why, with a game which I'm so familiar with, how can I still feel dread before every single playthrough? What is the quality of Resident Evil which induces this feeling of dread and loathing before I play it? For example, if you said to me, Tom, how about you play Cry of Fear again, or you play Alien Isolation again, or you play Slender or Amnesia, you play these games again. If someone said that to me, I'd say, yep, I'd be uncomfortable with the idea of playing those games again, but there would be, on some level, I would be more happy to play those games than to play Resident Evil. To me, there seems something quite straightforward about those games because they're linear. This feeling that you're always making progress, you're always going forward, apart from Alien Isolation, which has this theme of circularity in it, but most games are linear, and you're always reassured by the feeling that you're moving forward and you're making progress. I think it's to do with what I was saying about level design and how circular level design will always be scarier than linear level design in horror games. And I feel like it's the circular level design of Resident Evil which contributes to this feeling of dread that I experience before I play it. But I feel like what I'm talking about is really a kind of unquantifiable sort of quality in certain games. They possess this special ability, this special characteristic which induces dread. Now, with these games I've mentioned, with Cry of Fear, I know I talk about this game quite a lot because I actually think it's a very good game. Of course, I would be uncomfortable with the thought of playing through it again. It was a very long 6 or 7 hours playing that game, but I would play through it again. Because, like I say, you're making progress in a linear game. You're always pushing forwards, and this always is a reassurance to the player. And I think the funny thing is the fact that I can go back into this game with the Samurai Edge pistol unlock, where you've got unlimited pistol ammunition. You can kill everything with the pistol fairly easily. The thought of going back into Resident Evil, even on very easy with the Samurai Edge or even the rocket launcher, even doing it like that fills me with dread. And there's this kind of loathing, oh, not again, this kind of, do I really have to go through that experience again? I mean, it would be more explainable if I was maybe playing it again and again on maybe hard difficulty, or putting myself through that ordeal again and again, but there's nothing to worry about when you're playing on very easy with the Samurai Edge, or the rocket launcher even. It should technically, on paper, be extremely easy. It should be, you can kill everything, it's fine, there's nothing to worry about, you don't need to worry about ammunition, you don't need to worry about picking up the shotgun and then worrying about the ceiling trap, you don't need to worry about anything, you don't need to worry about picking up the grenade launcher or worrying about complex item management because you just have the pistol for most of the game until the end where you need the magnum to kill the tyrant. So you would think that by having the unlimited pistol or the unlimited rocket launcher, you would think that it would be so easy just to walk through the game and take it easy and relax and enjoy the ride, but that's not the case with Resident Evil. It's just, no matter how easy you think the game can be, it's an ordeal, regardless of whether you have an arsenal of weaponry or whether you have the most powerful rocket launcher or the unlimited pistol. No matter what assortment of weaponry you have in this game, it still evokes this feeling of dread. And I was doing some thinking about this, and I think it's the atmosphere of Resident Evil. It's the brown colour palette, it's the walls, it's the kind of mouldy wallpaper, it's the wallpaper coming off the walls, and everything's old and brown and miserable, and the story's miserable, and the bleak tragicness of the characters, and it's just, and the environment is just so old, and this mansion has just been almost abandoned. I think it's this kind of clinging, sort of suffocating atmosphere that Remake possesses, which makes me feel so anxious before playing it. And also, there's another element. When you play the game again, the character Forrest Speyer, the guy with the grenade launcher, he comes back to life intermittently. He will be kind of hassling you throughout the mansion, and this is actually really disturbing. You may be on very easy difficulty, you may have the Samurai Edge pistol, But with Forrest Speyer, when he's running after you, you can't shoot him, you can't attack him in any way, otherwise he'll self-destruct and blow up the entire mansion and you die. And it's the kind of, it's this feeling of powerlessness, the sound of the grenades bouncing on his jacket, the kind of clinkling sort of sound of the grenades on his jacket is very, very disturbing. And also the way he walks after you and grabs you, it's just awful. So I feel it's like you complete the game, you want to take it easy on the second time through on once again mode. You're being hassled by Forrest and he just pops out in random rooms and it's really, really, really scary. The unlimited weapons you may have make no difference, you just have to run away, and I feel it's this powerlessness that's introduced when you play it again, which makes the game so potent. It's not bad enough just to fight the zombies and the spiders and all this kind of stuff, but you've got to fight your own dead teammates as well, and it's awful basically. It's a fantastic inclusion in the game, but it really does, probably one of the main reasons why I dread playing this game again. I mean, I've played this game so many times. I mean, I know almost all there is to know about this game, but it's not pleasant for me to play this game. It just evokes this horrible lurching feeling in my chest, just the thought of playing again, even though I know where everything is, and I know, even on easy difficulty, I know what to do, I know what order to do things in, I can complete the game in 3 or 4 hours. There's this special quality about Resident Evil Remake which I can't quite put my finger on, but I'd love to have a discussion with people about what is this special feeling that Resident Evil Remake creates. And it's for this reason why I think Resident Evil Remake to be such a special game, because it creates this unquantifiable feeling in the player, and I feel it every single time I play the game, and I think that makes Resident Evil so unique. Okay, so that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe. You can tweet me at thehorrorofvg, or you can see my blog at thehorrorofvideogames.com. See you next time.